Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Today's a good video. We got two topics on the agenda. One is absolutely amazing. The second is absolutely amazing. Unless if you're a Tottenham supporter, then it's the worst thing in the world and it's a Valentine's massacre. As Valentine's Day is tomorrow and Tottenham go into that having lost 2-0 at home against Wolves. We'll get into the nitty-gritty about that at the second half of this video, but firstly we're going to dive into Chelsea and the aftermath of Chelsea winning the FIFA Club World Cup and becoming world champions. Before we get into it though, I want to let you guys know there's a link in the description. Make sure you hit it to download the OneFootball app today for all of your footballing needs. Everything you need in terms of your footballing news, your transfer targets, your statistics, your results, your fixtures, your standings of your team, of another team, of your league, of another competition, whatever. It's in the OneFootball app. You'll find it there 100%. So make sure you hit that link down in the description and enjoy. Let's get into the first story of this video, which we're going to talk about, is Chelsea winning the Club World Cup. And it looks like, finally, what us Chelsea fans have been screaming for and hoping is going to happen in the summer as a consequence of not doing any business in January. Well, it looks like things are being pieced together just about nicely. Just nicely. Just after Chelsea win the Club World Cup, we get news from Matt Law in the Telegraph earlier today saying that Chelsea are going to be backing Thomas Tuchel all the way this summer with any targets that he wants. Oh boy, that's the news we wanted. Let's get into this. This is the latest from Matt Law. Chelsea to back Thomas Tuchel and sustained Premier League title bid with summer investment. Says the club were impressed that Tuchel did not use COVID and injuries as an excuse to push for unnecessary January signings. And the article goes on to show a picture of Tuchel and Roman Abramovich, who was in attendance at the Club World Cup last night, where Chelsea lifted it and Roman managed to get some pictures with the trophy, but Tuchel did have a word with him. And it goes on to say Chelsea are planning to back head coach Thomas Tuchel to follow up his incredible cup success with a sustained Premier League title bid next season. And it goes on to explain that Chelsea will be looking for transfer targets that are going to fit Thomas Tuchel's style of football. And on top of that, names are looking like they're going to be heading out of the door. So, this is where I'm at with this news. I'm very happy. This is what I hope is going to happen. It's nice that it's come from Matt Law. It's nice that it's looking like Thomas Tuchel is going to be backed. But not just that. As good as it's been up until this point, Champions of Europe, Super Cup, Club World Cup, hopefully the Carabao Cup at the end of the month. We'll see what happens in the Champions League, if we can, even think of trying to retain or whatever, right? The Premier League title bid is dead. That's not going to happen. That's truly what we wanted. But we can't be blinded just because, we're winning this competition and winning that competition. The truth of the matter is, and we know this, is that especially some players within our attacking lineup are not strong enough to remain in this Chelsea squad in the long term. And there are players in this squad that are just, whether they're not good enough or they're coming to the end of their contracts or whatever, players are looking like they're going to be leaving the club. There are some names that I think need to be replaced. And we should be able to go out and get transfer targets that are going to complement what Thomas Tuchel wants to build at Chelsea and try and improve in areas that we've been lacking this season. Let's have it right in terms of chance creation at first, in terms of consistency in those attacking players. And Ziyech is the only one that's looking like he truly knows what he's doing. Yesterday there were some good glimpses. Lukaku managed to get a goal. Timo Werner looked bright when he came on. Pulisic looked good when he came on. But the problem with Chelsea is that these players that sometimes have good patches have some terrible patches. And it goes so hot and cold so quickly, it's ridiculous. There's no consistency. Unlike Liverpool. You look at Liverpool. When Mo Salah's banging, he's banging. When Mane's banging, he's banging. When, they call on Diogo Jota, he's banging. When they even call on Origi, he's banging. They bring in Diaz because they know there's a chance that Mane might be leaving. They're already covered. They're proactive. We have to be proactive. And right now, I think there are players out there. Who are they? I'm not a scout, and this is where I'm going to turn to the Chelsea scouts now. They need to start doing their jobs properly and start plucking out the talent and the players that are of the specific profile that Thomas Tuchel wants in order to execute his way of football at this club and have some sort of sustainability in the long term, just like Man City have given to Pep and Liverpool have given to Klopp. That is the most important thing right now. We need to have an upgrade on the players that we have. And some of these players that are in the squad who we can, dispatch of or sell or whatever, need to be replaced. And I think when it comes to the summer, there are going to be names that leave the club, and even some big names. I'll give you an example. There's a chance that maybe a Timo Werner might leave. And am I cool with that? In the long term, yes, I am. Because let's have it right. As much as I've been complaining about a Lukaku, for example, and I'm not convinced that he's the long-term solution now. With Timo Werner, we know he's not the long-term solution either. And we know that he has a problem in terms of getting goals on a consistent basis. He does everything right except being able to put the ball in the net. And going this long, hoping that he's going to click out of it, that's not the Chelsea way. Chelsea need players to be able to come in and make an impression. And even if they're not at 100%, even if they're not the finished article, they've made an impression. And there's room to build. But they're still playing at a certain level that is sufficient enough. That is a standard that we are happy with. And hopefully they improve further. That's how it's been with some Chelsea players in the past. I mean, look at Lamps and a Didier and a John Terry. I mean, when did they ever drop in consistency? They didn't. For a decade, they just remained a constant threat. You need to try and find those sort of players and those sort of profile that's going to complement how Thomas Tuchel wants to execute his way at Chelsea Football Club. So this summer, I hope we go out and we get proper Thomas Tuchel targets that are going to fit his way. And then, whether we sell and we get rid of players that are just going to not really be used, we do that. And we'll see how we fare. But it's nice to hear Chelsea are going to back Thomas Tuchel this summer. Let's see what happens. And let's hope we have a good end to the season in terms of the Carabao Cup, another piece of silverware, a Champions League bid maybe, an FA Cup run. Who knows? We'll see what happens. And then in the Premier League, if we finish third, I'll be happy. Because let's have it right. I don't think we're going to get anything better than that right now. So it is what it is. Now, let's get to the second half of this video. And I've got to talk about this because sometimes there are big things that happen in football and I feel like I want to give my opinion on it. And this is one of them. Tottenham, who lost to Southampton not long ago at home, 3-2, after being 2-1 up, and in the 70th minute, Antonio Conte was giving it large and was doing a bit of this, yeah? And then at the end of the game, he looked like he looked like he needed a new hair transplant, that's for sure. I mean, the flipping rain was getting to him, pretty much washed off all his hair. He looked like he was in a mess. I think he regretted doing a bit of this in the 70th minute, because by the end of the game, Southampton managed to nick a win, 3-2. And today, well, Tottenham, I'm afraid, it's happened again. Unbelievable. Check this out. Tottenham have lost 2-0 at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves have gone to Spurs and done a number on them. And not even after 18 minutes. 18 minutes it took them to go 2-0 up and protect their lead. And even so, after that, Tottenham really didn't execute that much of a threat. Unbelievable scenes. But Tottenham losing at home to Wolves, and to be honest, in a convincing manner. Big up to Wolves, fair play to Wolves, and respect for them getting this result. But Tottenham, what is going on? I'm not gonna, rub it in. I mean, there is a great name called Chiellini, a great man, a wise man that once said, "This is the history of the Tottenham." And Antonio Conte will be able to understand that completely fluent. Completely. What is going on with Tottenham? And you know what's crazy? In terms of this game today, and even the game against Southampton, but today specifically, in terms of their new signings, Bentancur started. Kulusevski came on afterwards, after minute 28, I think it was. Came on, majority of the game. Any impact? No. So here's the thing. Are these signings sufficient enough? Are they sufficient enough? Here's a Chelsea perspective, I have to say, at least, because we've had Antonio Conte and we know what it's like. We got Antonio Conte players. It's not like we didn't, get him anything. We didn't back him. Let's have it right. Correctly. That's what I'm saying. We didn't back him correctly. We got him deadwood. Let's have it right. We bought him deadwood. Absolute deadwood. We bought him a couple of nice gems, like a Kante walking in, Rudiger walking in. That turned out to be nice. Marcos Alonso in his prime, the prime he had, that was all right. The rest, I mean, outrageous. Morata failed. He wanted Lukaku. We got him Morata. Flopped. We got him. Who else did we get him? Danny Drinkwater. Baba Rahman. Anyone remember Baba Rahman? Michael Hector. No, we bought Michael Hector? Yeah, funnily enough, we did. We bought him scraps. It's like we went to a scrapyard and plucked out just parts and just gave it to him and went, go on, make me a Lamborghini, please. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I suspect the same things happened at Tottenham. I suspect, and this is the thing, we all predicted this, man. Conte needs to be backed. Properly backed. If you want Conte to succeed, you've got to, look, he's going to give you a list. He's got to give you a list, yeah? That list, you got to get it to him. It's as simple as that. The names on that list, bring him those names, or it will flop. That's it. As a Chelsea fan, and I've seen many Chelsea fans say the same thing, Tottenham needed to do that. They haven't. This January window, they've brought in less than they've left, than they've allowed to leave the club. And in terms of the names that they brought in, on paper, yes, they maybe look like good value for money. But that's the thing, good value for money. Not the players that Tottenham Hotspur actually need to try and get themselves to the next level. Tottenham today looked horrific. Absolutely horrific. And can I say, the one department that Tottenham really, really actually needed to improve and buy was their defence. And they didn't do that. They went and got themselves a couple of midfielders. Defence was Tottenham's problem. And that was clear to see. You're playing with Antonio Conte, who plays in a defensive, counter-attacking manner in a back three that needs to be super solid in order for that system to be executed correctly. Tottenham didn't invest in their backline whatsoever. It's ridiculous. How do you want to succeed in that way of playing? It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. And at the back today was what resulted in Tottenham losing against Wolves. That defending today was absolutely abysmal. And even for the goalkeeper, I even feel for him a little bit, despite him not looking as fantastic as maybe he should have. But my goodness, the pressure he's under with that defence in front of him, I don't blame him. The couple of goals that they conceded to Wolves were stupid, laughable, absolutely laughable. So there's a big wake-up call. And here's the thing. As a supporter of a club that had Antonio Conte, when you don't get him what he wants and he starts losing games, it's going to go absolutely insane. You guys are not ready. You guys are, trust me, Tottenham fans, you are not ready for the chaos that is about to ensue at Tottenham under Antonio Conte now. I'm talking behind the scenes. On the pitch, we're already beginning to see it. Behind the scenes, Antonio Conte is going to lose his head. I think his hair's actually going to fall off. He's going to need another transplant. It's as simple as that. He doesn't get what he wants and he's not happy and he doesn't feel like he's being backed. He took Chelsea to court and won. He won his case. That's how mad he will take it. And that's how far he'll take it. So with Tottenham, look, these results right now, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to improve this Tottenham team. And right now, the objectives that they had to bring in a Conte and try and succeed is not going to be achieved. It's not going to be achieved. So we'll see what happens. Antonio Conte puts it nicely. And you're going to hear this. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a soundbite. I don't know if Tottenham fans have truly processed this, but I'm going to help you. You're going to start hearing Conte mention one word in his press conferences. He's going to say week after week after week after week after week. And we heard it week after week after week after week to the point where we began to hate it. We hated it. Every time he said this word, we were like, oh my God, here we go again. Yeah, you guys are going to be the same. We've worn the t-shirt. We've been there. We've been in those shoes. So take advice from us. You're going to hear the word suffer a lot. Suffer. It is time to suffer. We must be prepared to suffer. We are going to suffer. It was tough out there. We had to suffer. You're going to hear a lot of suffering. Where every time there's going to be a big game, we need to be ready to suffer. It is going to be a game where we suffer. Trust me, you are going to hear suffer a lot to the point where you want it eliminated from the dictionary. I'm warning you. If these results continue like this, you're going to get it. Anyway, Tottenham, I wish you the best. We'll see what happens. Conte, we'll see what happens. But as a Chelsea fan who's been there, lived it, breathed it, done it, whatever, you're going to hate it. You're going to hate it. I predict chaos. I predict hell. So We'll see what happens. But there we are. Let me know what you think in the comment section below in regards to Chelsea being backed in the summer. Back in Thomas Tuchel with the transfer targets that he wants. Who do you think is going to leave the club? Because there's rumoured names that are going to be leaving the club. And Tottenham, what do you think about Tottenham right now? They're going down the Premier League table faster than the lift at the Shard. Unbelievable. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. But thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to check out my second channel and my Twitch, as well as tomorrow I'm uploading Reddit Monday. So make sure you get your posts into the Reddit, link in the description. If you are quick enough, you might make it in the video tomorrow. So I'll see all of you then. Have a good one, people. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.